Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweet the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Rifle and two on the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweet the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every rocks, that's we unite. The best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, it's Rain Fernandez, and you're watching Sweep the League. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Facebook at Rain Fernandez, Rayne Fernandez.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Sweep the league TV where legends collide. If the Cowboys fall short, we'll still ride the tide. Like Jordan in the clutch or Brady's last play. We bring the fire, keeping fans in the fray. Coach Gio and Marie calling the shots. With Derek Coventry, Hall of Fame thoughts. So hit that subscribe, don't sit on the bench. Get in the game, every highlight's intense. The live stream's on till your friends don't delay. Like Kobe in the fourth, we're here to play. Sweep the League TV, where greatness resides. From the bronze epic drives till the Hall's on the rise. We're all in on sports, NBA, CFB, and more for fans. Live fans, it's the show you'll adore.
MLB did it. All the haters go to bed. All the people who aren't excited for something different keep sleeping. For the rest of us, we're going to remember July 15th, 2025 as the day that the All-Star game ended in an electric swing-off. A swing-off. How exciting is that? 3 players American League, 3 players National League, 3 swings each. The most home runs win. The most you can get is 9. So then the announcement. Who are going to be the players to do the swing-off? Except baseball had already worked with the managers and told them who the players were going to be before the game even started. When the players are taken out of the game, they leave. Aaron Judge and Ohtani would never agree to participate in a swing-off because they know that they're going to be out of the ballpark. As a matter of fact,
all right, welcome to Sweep the League. That is the MLB from last night, the best all-star game in all of professional sports when it comes to MLB, when it comes to obviously NBA. That's just a shit show. When it comes to the NFL Pro Bowl, I mean, let's be real. The MLB All-Star game was already the best. Then you've got the winner gets home field advantage in the World Series. Now you go to a swing off for the first time. Electric, just like Sweep the League. Plead the Sith TV. Elias is in here. He's saying, let's go. Be sure to subscribe. It's PTS_TV on YouTube. I think it's 25. PTS_TV 25. If I'm mistaken, Elias put it on here so I can put it on the screen for you guys. Another part of Sweep the League Network. Plead the Sith. You've got Great in the Market. We talked about it last night, guys. In October, November, Sweep is getting rebranded. I just saw the massive text message that I got sent by our executive producer, the hardest working man in show business here. It is electrifying when I say rebranded. We're going to have a bunch of shows. We're going to get a whole lot of stuff going. Do not miss out. Go to YouTube, Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button. And he's right. PTS_TV 2025. JD Wyatt, not only in the chat, but he's also here in studio with us. So we're going to bring him on here in just a second. Coach Gio should be joining us here in a few minutes as well. Leha, what is up, crew? Be here for a little bit. You got to crash out early, man. The Mud Life never stops. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, the best in the business, hands down, guaranteed by Sweep the League. They do it right the first time, every time. Lehan, the boys, MCS General Contracting. The MLB All-Star Game was fire. Sith is in here eating ramen and watching Sweeps. Life is good. The ramen life is the greatest, man. Joel Cologne, appreciate you joining us on here, man. What is going on? And of course, JD Wire, what's up, chat? Y'all ready? I'm waiting for Coach Gio. The guy's always late. The NIL check cleared. I know that for a fact. But you know what? Coach Gio is always on his own time. He'll be in when he can. Let's not waste any time. From Southern Fried Sports here, we've got that's right. We got to play that right there for him here. It is Mr. JD Wyatt. JD, your first time on Sweeps, man. Welcome to Sweep the League Network. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't be the last time that we're going to see you on here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. And if you missed that intro video, y'all, that thing was fire. Got me ready. I'm ready to run through a wall over here on Sweep the League, man. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for some sports talk. I just try to bring real, original, and rare, and I can't wait to bring it to Sweep the League. And like I've told you before, you might as well start calling this thing Sweep the Nation. and congratulations on your rebrand.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. The rebrand, it's been in the works. Now, August 23rd is the big meeting. So that's going to be where we all sit down, we figure it out, we hash it out, we put the plan in play. October, November is when the rebrand is happening. And PTS is in here. I need y'all on the show. Shout out my boy Michael Mayer for being the next guest. Now, that Mike Mayer is going to talk wrestling on Plead the Sith on Tuesday. And you just got an invite, JD. Elias wants you to be on Plead the Sith with him. So that's another show, part of Sweep the League Network. That's kind of a no-holds-barred arena. You would probably like that there. So I recommend that. He wants you to be a guest on his show for sure. Jacob Eric, grading the markets.
Right, well, I appreciate it. Definitely can work it out.
Yeah, you would definitely get it. You got more love. Let's go. Football talk with Bo's in here.
Get out. I am down to come on pretty much any show, talk to anybody. I mean, I'm just spread a little Southern Fried gospel.
Definitely. We got Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs, the greatest Spurs coverage of all. Rudy fans and local media are warring and X about how folks in SA should or should not pay for the new San Antonio Arena. What do you think? We'll get to that here in a little bit, Jeff, because I do have a little bit of topics on that for you right there. Let's see. We've got, if the connection is bad, it could be me, it could be JD, it could be one of us here, but we'll be okay. We're going to fight through it. Don't worry about it, man. We'll get through it here on just a second. JD needs better internet.
Okay.
We'll see. We're going to fight through it. We do everything on Sweep the League here. There's no doubt about that at all, man. We're not worried about that.
I'm hardwired.
Same here. I'm hardwired to the wall, man. I've got to be hardwired here. Let's get into MLB talk. So MLB last night, you had the All-Star game. Ended up in a 6-6 tie, JD. Now, you ended up going to a swing off is what it is. The swingers came out, and it's a swing off to see who ends up, taking the victory, getting the home field advantage. Your thoughts on the MLB All-Star game, the absolute greatest All-Star game in sports right now?
Yes, I mean, it is definitely above the NFL, NBA, no question. I was informed today that the NFL format, they did the Four Nations, that wasn't technically an All-Star game. But as far as this year goes, I would say the NHL had it. MLB, I mean, they're tied. That Four Nation stuff, even though it wasn't technically, an All-Star game, whatever. Like, the fact that so many people tuned into it, I'm not even a hockey fan. I can't find the puck, okay? I don't know if I'm too blind. I don't know if my TV is too small, y'all. And I'm a huge baseball guy. Played baseball. Love baseball. I don't know how the AL came back from 6 runs down, right? And when they were down 6 runs and came back. That's correct, right,
Yeah.
Rudy?
That is correct.
Okay. So the fact that they did that in the first place is nothing short of incredible. And then the swing off thing. I don't know if I want every game to be that way, but certainly an all-star game, an exhibition game, I'm good with it. I loved it. You should have loved it.
Oh, yeah.
But the one thing you did say is that it determines home field for the World Series. I don't think that's the case anymore, because that's what I was saying, though, is that it's just another meaningless baseball game.
Did they
And I
end
put
up
this out on a
changing that?
YouTube short. I
Did they end up changing
I
it?
think that went away. I think that went away. Gosh,
Let
and
me
I
look
don't
it up
even
while you're
remember,
going.
because I think I've had to research it before, which I'll gladly do real quick, because
Let-
I am the Southern Fried Gentleman
That's
for
on
a
me.
reason.
That's on me if it gets changed. No, they don't get home field advantage anymore. I'm corrected on that. So
They don't. Okay.
yeah,
No,
we
no,
are.
no. And I wasn't trying to correct you.
Oh man, do
Listen.
it. I got people shitting on me all the time, brother. I don't care. It didn't bother me at all.
I was
So,
like, right. Well, no, yeah. Hopefully, no, I wasn't pooping on you. I was just saying that was my argument though. So I kind of had, you know what I mean? My hand was
yeah,
forced.
yeah. I got you. Hey, the swing off and not have the biggest singers swing. I'm hoping he meant swingers in it when it comes to football talk with Bo. I get that. You know, it didn't have the Otanis. It didn't have the judge. It didn't have that, but they had the rule in place for that. So I totally get, you know, the big names not being there, but it was still fun regardless. Let me see. It might be the internet connection here. Winner gets home field advantage in World Series. That's from Pensman Sports. I mean, again, if we're being corrected, if we're being uncorrected on that, apologize for that. I still thought they got home field advantage. Shout out to Pensman Sports out there for letting us know on that as well. But MLB last night, I mean, it was a great all-star game. I enjoyed it. I always loved the MLB all-star game. I love watching the NHL all-star game. I love watching the NHL playoffs, the Stanley Cups. I mean, I love all that. It's just, it puts the NBA to shame. I mean, the NBA, they got to do something. NFL, I can care less about the Pro Bowl. I haven't cared about the Pro Bowl since I was like 5, and that was like 40 years ago. So I haven't really cared much about any type of NFL Pro Bowl or anything like that. So shout out to MLB. They did a fantastic job. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. We are with JD Wyatt, Southern Fried Sports. Coach Gio, I'm assuming, is not going to be on tonight. He promised the fans he would be on tonight. And of course,
that was a lie.
it was a lie. Thank you, Maury. He's determined that was a lie. He hasn't been on yet. But talking to JD Wyatt here, Southern Fried Sports. Be sure to follow him on X, JD Wyatt 06, and the YouTube, I believe, is Southern Fried Sports, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think I'm big enough now. You can find that. I've at 244 subscribers. So the goal after this show, y'all, was 250. So any of the people who are listening, be kind, hit me with a subscribe. You can come make fun of me for all I care. But it's called Southern Fried Sports because I provide my unique, rare Southern Fried opinion. And yeah, man, Rudy, I love you. Appreciate you having me on, man. We've been in contact for some while. I feel like we're like best buds.
Oh,
I feel
man.
like it would have almost been disrespectful if I didn't correct you a minute ago. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, if you could only imagine the type of stuff that I get, it's kind of crazy because Seth is saying I have generational podcaster. I have generational podcaster because recently I made statements saying that Victor Wembanyama is not a generational player for me right now, and I don't consider him. And I swear the entire city of San Antonio just started ragging on me left and right, and I welcome it. I don't care. I mean, I went on my rant last night, so I don't really care, man. But nonetheless,
no, it's fun. It's fun to see because half the time they don't even listen to what you say. They just read the headline and they just hear like the first couple of things. Like I am very misunderstood a lot, and especially on YouTube comments. Like if I'm commenting, you only get so many characters.
Yeah,
and I can be a little wordy sometimes.
I got it. I got it. And that's me. I'm very misunderstood, is what it comes down
Mhm.
to. That's a very misunderstanding there. JD, we need to do a show together soon. Pensman Sport is shouting out to you. Sith is wanting to tag him in. I'm gonna announce now. I'm gonna do another show with Plead the Sith with Elias. It's gonna be in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be back on that show. The guy, he does a fantastic job. So I can't wait to see JD on there and kind of cook people left and right. That's going to be amazing. Again, talking to JD Wyatt of Southern Fried Sports. Now, the MLB talk stole the show last night. Loved it. Loved it. Joel Clone, massive baseball fan. It's all good, Rudy. Nowadays, they throw the generational talent moniker around like nothing. Every player is a generational talent now. LOL. Exactly. Every player is generational. But what we're hoping for generational is the talk of expansion when it comes to WNBA. Now, for years of WNBA, it started off hot. You saw the Houston Comets dominate the league for the first 4 years. They just dominated. Then the league took really a back seat, struggles left and right. Then the emergence of the league through Caitlin Clark, through a lot of the younger generation that has come up. And what did they decide? You know what? We need to capitalize on what's going on. So let's expand. And that's exactly what they talked about, was the expansion part. As you can see, they were expanding to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. And okay, Detroit gets its team back. Cleveland gets its team back. You've got Philadelphia. I don't remember if they had a team at all. And then they were talking about what Portland, I think, was another team that was probably going to, or Portland was another state getting. Anyway, to make matters, whatever, they're going to expand. They've got already cities in line. Personally, I like expansion, but I still think they had to work out more details and put the league in a better spot before you multiply these teams and expand to more markets. I was good with 1, maybe 2 cities at all, but they're going all in with their cards, man. And I don't know if that's such a great thing, JD. You got your mic muted, brother. If you can hear me now, there you go.
My bad. I always do that. So I'm 0 for 1. I keep count, y'all. I'm 0 for 1 on that. I'm trying to be better. If I mute myself, I always forget to unmute myself. It never fails. Never fails. It's just like, and I'll even have the mouse right there. But I'll sit over here and talk to myself for a minute.
Before you get into WNBA talk, the guy just joined us. Let me bring him on here. The one, the only.
Oh, yeah.
He's dying to dive in here.
Say his name and he appears.
That would be our one and only Coach Gio. The coach, I'm assuming you got the NIL check, Gio, right? Is that what happened?
No, I was having some issues with my mic. Can y'all hear me good?
We hear you perfect, man. Perfect. Coach Gio joining, obviously a host of Sweep the League. JD is here with us tonight, Southern Fried Sports, talking about WNBA, Gio, the expansion. I'm going to get JD's thoughts on it. Let me get your thoughts on it here in just a little bit. JD, what thoughts do you have on WNBA expansion?
Well, I would just like to give the WNBA the chance to get fried on Southern Fried Sports, because do they not understand economics? Or do you pronounce it economics? Eco or echo? I don't care.
Yeah.
But there's a little thing in there called supply and demand. And if what you supply isn't already in demand, you can't bring more supply, because that makes the demand lower. Therefore, your prices go down. And you're already losing money. With Caitlin Clark, generational talent, I think the word is what we were talking about a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark, generational talent. She sold out every stadium that she was in. And the WNBA still lost money. So, WNBA expanding. Terrible idea. And to the expansion team, one of them is Portland. Portland Fire.
Yeah.
That is a play. Don't they have a lot of wildfires up in the Northwest?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Why are you going to name your team after a wildfire? Portland Fire. Like, that's going to bring up a lot of bad memories for a lot of people up that way,
Yeah.
potentially.
Potentially, yeah, I can definitely see that, and I completely get where you're coming from. You know, it's to me, it's too early to expand. You know, to multiple locations. I think a team would be good. Maybe one team, try that out. Maybe expand the rosters on the WNBA teams right now to add in more women, so more women have the opportunity to be a roster. Gio, you are a massive WNBA fan. At sometimes, every now and then, you've been to some games. You live in Indiana, so you are at home with Caitlin Clark. You're visiting the Fever from time to time. Your thoughts on WNBA expansion? Is it too soon? Because I get capitalizing on the popularity, but you still are a couple of years away before you're actually performing in the black instead of the red, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on this, Fruity. You know, there's some pros, there's some cons. I mean, look, with expansion, you have the opportunity to grow the game. You know, the WNBA has gone through a lot, Rudy. Remember, they've had more teams have left. Some teams play in arenas that aren't really NBA arenas, right? Like some teams have had to kind of downgrade in that aspect.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's come around, Rudy. And look, I know there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of stuff about her. But especially last season, Rudy, teams like the Mystics, they had to move to an NBA arena. They were selling so many tickets. But as Southern Fried Gentleman said, it's only one person doing that. And I love a lot of the players in this league and the talent, but I think it's a little bit early at this point. I still feel 50-50, but I'm leaning towards, listen, it's too early, right? So you have the potential for what, Rudy? Had too many teams, maybe diluting the product, right? I mean,
yeah.
Listen, I'm going to be fair, Rudy. There's been some WNBA games that I've been to. Sometimes it's not great basketball, and I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and I get they play all year round, but diluting the product, Rudy, it's probably not great, as well as the resources, right? The infrastructure, competitive balance, the growing pains. There's so many, probably a little bit more cons at this point. I love the expansion, right? Philadelphia, right? Who wouldn't want a team in Philly, right? Portland's getting into
about that right there on the stream too. I just saw.
So I like it, but then I kind of don't like it because I don't think they're there yet. I think they're going towards that, but Caitlin's only one person, and I don't know. A lot of these other teams are not. I mean, Rudy, the ticket prices for a Fever game, go take a look. It's expensive.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
Yeah,
they're not cheap. For 4 people, I spent over $500. I'm telling you right now, it is not cheap.
And that's crazy because I looked up Dallas Wings tickets because I want to go check out Golden State, the Valkyrie, when they come. I mean, since San Antonio lost the Silver Stars, I've had to find the WNBA team to root for. It was the Aces because obviously they were formerly the Stars, but Golden State got an expansion team. I'm kind of following the Valkyrie right now. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let me take the family to Dallas. We'll go check out a Wings Valkyrie game. I can enjoy it. Upper level tickets start at like $70 a ticket. So already I'm like $250 in after taxes and fees and everything. And you're right. I get it. The ticket prices got to be high because they're not playing in massive arenas. You got to be able to sell out the arenas. But what I want to see is I want to see these arenas sold out. I want to see ticket prices to be okay, but I want it to be worth it. I want it to be able to be worth it going to a WNBA game. I used to love going to them in San Antonio, but at the same time, you know, it's something's got to give. I don't think expansion is right now, but it's there. It's doable. Just don't start adding 4 cities here, and then in 2044, we're going to add another 4 cities and do that. And you're trying to get to the NBA level. Love the women, man. I love the game. I prefer women's basketball a lot of times to some men's games. It's just the fundamental side. That's all it is. I like the fundamental side of things. They keep it basic. But the thing is that I want to be able to see this league succeed and not burn through the money that they are making in some sort of way here. So we've got comments. We're going to get to a lot of the comments here. I see all your comments. Joel Cologne here. And he's saying the WNBA is using Angel Reese as an example by building up the league brick by brick.
Yeah, he completely disagreed with what Coach Gio was saying as he was saying it, because Coach Gio was like, it's just Caitlin Clark, just that one person. And then here we go with an Angel Reese comparison, which they don't even have a rivalry. Like, you can't even call it a rivalry at this point. But Angel Reese, she's a baller. I'll pay her respect on that, okay? She does have a little bit to do with it, but she wants to be Caitlin Clark so bad. And here, sorry to interrupt, and let me just throw this out there too. That one take I told you I would have, so Gio and my comment, it all kind of ties in together.
Yeah.
To your point, one person. And like I said, this is going to be a touchy subject. But today I saw that the Cavender twins got new twins. Literally what the article said from SEC Country. They put out an article. It said twins get new twins. The Cavender twins got breast enlargement. And no, they're not in the WNBA yet, but that's what a lot of these women are jealous about, is because this new wave of WNBA players, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, what's my girl, golly, Asia Wilson, the blonde though, Cameron Brink.
Oh yeah, Cameron,
yeah.
Yeah, and so all of them, guess what they have? Social media accounts.
Yeah.
They have mostly a lot more internet followers than some of these other players in the WNBA who have been doing it for years. So they're jealous about the attention that all these young players are getting. But if the WNBA wants to sell, they know what they got to do. They got
That's
to put
going
out
down a big rabbit hole there. I know kind of where you're going with that there. So,
but yeah, I just want to. That's not the WNBA though. To the whole point is they were 5 years at best from expanding. Make a profit.
I mean,
first.
It should be 2030. Yeah, it should. They're talking about 2030, so that'll give them a good 5 years to get back on the profitable side. And I mean, I can't lie. The league this year, I'm actually enjoying the games more this year. I get the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, the fiasco right there between them. I get the whole league against Caitlin Clark. I'm not blind. We all see it, but overall the league itself, I'm enjoying the league. Go ahead, Joe.
No, go to a game, Rudy. And I think you may slightly change your tune. Just sit there, because I've been to a few games where one team has over 20 turnovers. It's just, I don't know, that the product would love to continue to see that get better and better. Not to say the NBA is great, because me and you go back and forth on the NBA product being at times also unwatchable.
Yeah.
But I made a good point earlier that many of these WNBA players, they're playing all year. Like, they're playing in different leagues. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I don't think they're getting enough rest, honestly, because they're always playing overseas and they're coming back to the WNBA. So it's a long point for them. So I do want to add that I'm not trying to poop on them. I'm just saying, hey, there's also other avenues of what's happening with the WNBA, but the product's getting better and better. It's just, to be fair, once Caitlin came, that's when a lot of people were watching. I'm just saying, I mean, look at the numbers, Rudy, when Caitlin was out a few weeks ago. The percentage of viewership that went down. That's all you got to know.
That's honest to God truth there. I mean, we hate to say it, but I'm gonna throw something out here, and you guys want to cook me, that's fine. I don't care. But a year ago, when Caitlin Clark was drafted to the WNBA. I was actually eating, I believe, dinner with Derek Gervin, and I said, if Paige Beckers was in the same draft as Caitlin Clark would go number 2. And Paige Beckers is showing it. She's the better player, overall player, than Caitlin Clark. I think the WNBA profits if both of them, along with Angel Reese, are rookies in the same year. So I think with Paige Beckers in the league now, I'm going to be honest, I have her ranked ahead of Caitlin Clark overall. And I think that's where the face of the league goes towards. Caitlin Clark set it up, but I think whenever everybody looks at it, Paige Beckers is the better player. She's going to be the one leading the league into the future. I don't know if that's to me, that's my hot take. And I think if you really pull back the curtain and look at it, what do you think, LA Knight? Yeah. So he agrees with me. He's agreeing with me the fact that I've got Beckers leading this league eventually. I mean, that's what I got right now.
She is, I think, more polished. I mean, listen, Caitlin could score obviously with the best of them, but I think overall Paige probably has the upper hand. But really, wait till Juju Watkins gets in as well. I think she's going to be a phenomenal player.
I don't know if her headspace is right, man. That's the problem with Juju Watkins. Amazing talent, but is she going to be focused on basketball? That's the big question there.
Yeah, but she has the potential, Rudy. She has it. I mean, I've seen her some games. I'm like, wow, she can really play. Is the headspace there? I think she'll be fine. It's part of the growing pains. I think she has an opportunity as well. I know we're about a year away from her getting into the league, but I think Juju is going to be a really good player in this league. Obviously, everything has to go according to line. But Paige, I do like her game a lot. She played at Connecticut, and she's a baller, Rudy. She is a baller.
Joel Cologne, real quick, $500 to take the family to the WNBA. You couldn't pay me $500 to watch that crap.
What the fuck?
Well, I told you, the third quarter of that game, Rudy, felt like an eternity. It felt the amount of foul calls.
Yeah.
And it was just felt like, and the refs kind of losing control of the game. The WNBA has ways to go. I think they're in a good point. Hopefully by 2030, Rudy, there's a lot going on. There's some really good play. But with expansion, they could dilute the product, Rudy.
Thank you. That is the biggest thing right there. Diluting the product. JD, did Paige Beckers, drop that I had? Thoughts on that? Do you really think that, there's still more players coming into the WNBA to where maybe they're expanding at the right time to spread superstars around the league? I mean, I'm going to say this right now. The Golden State Valkyrie, they're not a bad team. They are a competing team. So the years of expansion teams not being able to compete, first year hasn't gone very bad for the Valkyrie. JD, your thoughts on future of the league? Anything like that for the WNBA?
Yeah, well, that's the beautiful thing about expansion is I'm pretty sure they get to draft players from all the other teams.
Yeah.
With literally they can draft. I don't even know how it works exactly, but I think there's a certain allotted amount of players that each team has to designate for the expansion draft. So we've seen it in the NHL, expansion teams winning. So that is the interesting part of it. And then to Gio's point about fundamental basketball, no, I've watched college men, Furman, play a good bit this year.
Yeah.
Fundamental, simple, you know what I mean? I could understand it. Basketball. And, passing, catching, cutting to the hole, bounce pass, layups, making open shots, the extra pass. That's how you win basketball. And the WNBA, that's kind of what they do, but they could be better at it. And then as far as Paige Beckers, being better than Caitlin Clark. Rudy, I'll tell you how it will happen. Coach Gio, I will tell you how it will happen. Injuries. I'm worried about this injury run Caitlin Clark's having here.
Yeah.
So, Paige, if Caitlin turns into Zion Williamson, as far as not being able to play, who knows?
Well, Caitlin's had about an impact as what Zion has on a buffet. So, I mean, she's made a massive impact on the WNBA. There's no doubt about that. I don't, when I look at it, Caitlin, it's funny. The Indiana Fever, and Gio, like I said, you're in the backyard. The Indiana Fever, true or false, have played better without Caitlin Clark in the lineup.
Well, that Commissioner's Cup against arguably probably the best team in the league in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They won, which is weird because they were down. I go take a shower, come back, kind of do some things, and the Fever are up, and they're up most of the rest of the game.
Yeah.
At times, the Fever are a better team because, I mentioned to someone, I think there's something going on. Identity crisis. I don't know. She's shooting a lot of threes. I would love to see that go.
Game, man.
Rudy, listen, there's games I've seen her. She cuts to the basket. She's making the assists. She's getting to the paint. How about you do some more of that than jacking up these logo threes, which we love, but at one point where I think on the road, she was like 1 for 20 something, or like in like 3-game stretch. It was just like, dude, just go make a layup. Like, forget about the threes.
It's the NBA all over again. Everybody loves the 3-ball. Everybody loves the logo 3. I can care less about the 3-ball. I don't care about shit. And now you've got, your 7'4" center who can't dominate the paint because he doesn't want to.
Leave him alone, Rudy. We're not talking about him now.
No, screw that. Jacking up threes because it's the thing to do. That way you can have all the fans come at me and say, well, Victor is generational, because when was the last time you saw a 7'4" guy shoot the 3-ball at his rate? Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, I've seen 7-footers jack it up and make them at a really good, alarming rate. But it's the cool thing to do is the 3-ball. But you're right. I get it. Caitlin needs to put it this way.
She can pass, Rudy. She can. If she wants to average 10 a game, she could. Trust me on this.
She could. But is that what the league wants? I mean, that's the problem.
And that's the identity crisis that I was talking about. What is it? Shooting threes is great, but we know when you're off, you're off. And sometimes when she's off for several games.
Yeah.
She's going to have to tweak some stuff.
Good.
I will say this, if I could interject right here real quick.
Go for it. You interject anytime you need to.
No, yeah. I was just going to say this. If the WNBA is ran by women, there's no chance they know what they want. You have to trick your wife to ask her what she wants for dinner. Hey, babe, guess where I'm taking you for dinner tonight? You're going to whatever restaurant she says.
Yeah.
But do not ask her, hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want? It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work.
Exactly.
So I don't, at this point, precisely to what we said, expansion, not making a profit versus do what you do for a few years, make a profit. Ride this Caitlin Clark storm. Like, it just does not make sense to me. And it is the WNBA, women's NBA. I mean,
yeah, no, I understand that, man. I understand it. It just comes down to the product is there. We're not going to deny that. The product is there. I totally get that. We've all seen the WNBA rise to another level. it started off hot, in the very beginning.
I knew
They
there were no
expand-
sports on tonight, so I literally tried to look up a game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That they started off hot. Then it took a massive nosedive. Then it came to where, the NBA had to step in, everything to save the WNBA itself. And now, because of, everybody points to Caitlyn, but it's also because of other, players in the league. I think it's actually on the right path. For me, the expansion part, it just happened. And I think it's a little too quick. I think if you're going to expand, do one team, maybe two, but take a little bit of a step forward. Don't start running. It's always baby steps. That's the thing right there. It's always going to be baby steps. And that's where I think it's got to be for the WNBA when it comes to, expansion and everything like that. Oops, Fred lost everybody here. Let me bring them all back here. All right, we're all back now. So that's where we are on the WNBA talk. And, the expansion part, fantastic.
We just got ejected by Rudy. We just got ejected.
Oh, no, never, nothing like that. Everything like that. We are here, man. We are talking to JD Wyatt, Southern Fried Sports. We are with Coach Gio. It says Sweep the League. Be sure to go to our YouTube page or Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button so you're not left out. Gio wasn't here last night for the announcement, but he's here now. So, again, late October, early November, Sweep the League's getting rebranded, brand new logo, brand new everything, brand new studio, brand new videos, everything's getting rebranded. Gio, it's still going to be Sweep the League, but it's going to be more upgraded, put it that way. So
that's like Rudy has been gambling. He's got a lot of money coming in.
I have not gambled at all, man. I haven't gambled.
He was talking about your NIL. His NIL.
Rudy's gambling all the time, I'd be hearing.
Yeah. If I've been gambling, I haven't been getting paid because I haven't made any money whatsoever. Now, Gio, on the other hand, JD, if you see some of the text messages that come in, I've won $5,000, I've won $10,000, I've won $4,000. This guy makes so much money gambling.
Well, I've done all right. I have stopped. I've kind of just stopped one day, and I haven't bet in over probably probably since football. Actually, before that, I was planning on gambling during baseball season because it is fun, but baseball is a little bit of a grind betting wise because it's like every day. But probably during football season again, Rudy. Maybe football, I don't know. Season.
Two things. That's why I don't have a fantasy baseball team.
Yeah.
Can't, man. Fantasy football is hard enough to keep up with. And then, Coach Gio, I got two things for you. One, I would like to hear your coaching credentials, just out of curiosity. And then, two, it was exactly the first thing I said already, basically.
Well, coaching credentials kind of just that term, Coach Gio, was given to me by a few of my friends back a long time ago. I'm not as old as Rudy is, but long time ago in sports, playing football, I also wrestled. And one of the things was, well, Gio knows everything. He's Coach Gio, right? And anytime they asked me about football, basketball, baseball, I would come up with an answer. So the name kind of just stuck. So it's kind of been kind of a running joke in our group chat. So credentials, I wouldn't say I have any credentials, but I will say I love the game of football, pretty knowledgeable, and it's something I'm passionate about. Now, basketball and some other sports, I'm passionate, but
right. The NBA, man, has lost it for me. I'm a LeBron fan. So I think for me as a LeBron fan, I think I've already made it to the bottom of the roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like, you're at the top of the roller coaster, winning championships, competing, all that good stuff, being in the Eastern Conference Finals. 14 years. Like, it was great being a LeBron fan. But now, I think the roller roller coaster. I think we're coming in, and it's about time for the harnesses to let you out of the ride for the LeBron stuff.
Yeah, he's got to retire. Hopefully after this season, he retires and we don't have no more LeBron. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I respect his game. That's all I'm gonna say. Both teams played hard, in the words of Rasheed Wallace there. But
well, Rudy, I mean, you're not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, but I remember there's a picture of you
at the
in
Star.
Dallas at the Star, which we won't talk about, but
we'll talk about it. If my wife can send it to me, I'll put it on the show. I did take a picture at the Star. It was with my daughter, Gio. It was with my daughter at the Star in Dallas.
No,
and
I know.
I'm not a Cowboy fan. If I want to stay married, I have to support the Dallas Cowboys. That was in my marriage, whole shindig.
That's
there.
fair. I know. And I've always busted what over the years on that picture. I'm like, Rudy's right next to the Star. But yeah, no.
You will never catch me. See, I don't mind the Star. I don't mind this. I don't mind that. You'll never catch me with that 4-letter school that can go to hell. Ever, anywhere near that place. Starts with a D. Usually takes the D all the time. I don't care. I hate that school. Dude, I will hate it forever. So you will never, ever, ever see me with a picture from anything like that, whatever like that. I don't care. That school is terrible. I hate that.
Well, Rudy, you know me. I'm pretty good at Photoshop, so I can make something appear.
You will Photoshop stuff. I know you will Photoshop stuff. That is not fair at all.
Yeah. Hey, AI is a real thing.
Well, the good thing is the AI that we talk about now probably likes to practice. Unlike another person that we're going to talk to before we go here in a little bit, one subject we got to come up with is Shemar Stewart, guys. Now, this is a very, 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 very touchy subject. Shemar Stewart, a first-round pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. Hates his he's got his contract. No, what's weird is people think, well, he doesn't want to play for the Bengals because he wants more money. BS. You can't get more money. You're on a rookie scale. This is the guarantee. This is what you get. But if I'm not mistaken, the clause in the contract that he doesn't like is that if he gets in trouble during the duration of his contract, the Bengals have every right to terminate the guarantee and make that contract null and void. So basically, Shemar Stewart is saying, I can't guarantee I won't be a bad boy. I'm going to have some trouble. So he's opting out. What does that do? They could trade him, which I don't think Cincinnati will. He wants to go back and play in college for A&M, which can't happen. He'd have to go through a whole lot of loopholes to get in that. Or he takes the one loophole and he re-enters the 2026 NFL draft, which he can do, but he just cannot be drafted by Cincinnati. Now, if he re-elects to go into the 2026 draft, you've got to understand a first-round talent. No GM is going to take an opportunity to draft him because he's already said he doesn't want that contract to say you've got to keep your nose clean. What do you got on that, Gio? I know you're biting at the tongue on this.
Listen, go back to school. My Los Angeles Rams have a first round, actually two first round picks because your Atlanta Falcons really decided to do something really out there. You can go get drafted by Leslie next year. The Rams will take that stupid thing off the clause. And it's because, Rudy, the language is something slightly different compared to what Chase and others have had. We are aware that NFL players do have problems, and I don't need to bring them up, Rudy. There's a litany.
Shout out Michael Irvin. Yeah, I know.
A lot of players. I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan, and it seems like every week one of those Bulldogs are in the news about something, but it's a slight language that he doesn't like. And look, I get NFL teams are starting to probably want to protect themselves, especially early on with a player with that clause. But if I'm Stewart, Yeah, if you really don't like it, there's a loophole. Just go back to school and somebody will draft you. It's gonna happen, Rudy. His talent is there. So I don't really care. You know what's funny about the situation? Why couldn't the Bengals just take it out, Rudy? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, okay, so you take it out. I mean, even if you take it out, what's the big deal about being, a good person? Why?
Rudy, you could be a good person but make a mistake. He could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, where some of these players are. I mean,
do we know his history? Maybe he has already a history. I'm not saying he does. I'm not bagging on the kid. I don't know his history, but maybe the Bengals know something that we don't behind the scenes. So they're trying to cover their ass on it.
The Bengals franchise is a bit of they don't like to pay anyone. I'm surprised they pay 2 receivers in the offseason when their defense is going to need help this season itself. So I don't think he's had really any, from what I've seen, Rudy, nothing really happened. I don't know.
And Mark actually said it. He hasn't been in trouble. He just wants the wording to be the same as last year's first round pick. So, okay. So in that case,
he wants it to be the same as a second round pick.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, second round pick last year was the first one ever to get guaranteed money. That's where it's all coming down to, is guaranteed money. I literally, once I knew we were going to talk about this, I wanted to go back and look it up. And so Shamar Stewart, yes, he has gone back to Texas A&M to practice. However, according to reports from, I think it's the Cover 3 podcast, like I said, I literally read about all this earlier.
Yeah.
They report that he is there and he is training, but he is not training with the football team. He is simply using the facilities that many players have done before.
Yeah.
He is staying in football shape because, like you mentioned, he has to file an appeal. I was trying to find the word earlier. I couldn't find it. An injunction. So he's got to file something with the court in order to be able to go back and play for Texas A&M. But he can go back and make just as much in NIL money if he's allowed to play than he would make in 1 year. So hopefully NIL soon starts keeping these guys in school for more than 3 years. But the Bengals also have this same problem with Demetrius Knight, a Gamecock. Everybody knows I'm a big Gamecock fan. Huge Gamecock fan. Demetrius Knight, fantastic linebacker. Shocked as hell he was drafted in the second round. But he also has not signed. And I think somebody mentioned it in the chat.
Yeah,
there's only so
only 2 second rounders have signed.
Right. But they all want, so 1 second rounder last year got guaranteed money, and I'll find his name. Give me a moment. But he got guaranteed money. And now all these guys want guaranteed money. And it's like an injury thing. There's also an injury clause to where if they get injured, their guaranteed money goes away.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how it breaks down week wise, but you're not going to get your $5,000 a week check if you come out here and practice and get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, how is that even possible? You can't put all that risk on the player for practice.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I totally get it. And, the Shamar Stewart thing, I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to get resolved. I really feel like he's still going to be a part of the Bengals. I just think it's him coming out with the options contract wise. We always hear about this kind of stuff. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be resolved. He's going to be a part of the NFL. He's going to be a part of the Bengals. Everyone's going to move on. What do you got, Gio?
What I'm saying is what the players should do, Rudy, in the next collective bargaining agreement. Make sure, hey, rookie contracts need to have a standard wording in the specific contract itself that make everything all unified. The players need to. This is why the collective bargaining is so important, Rudy, in these deals that come over I forgot how many years it comes, but the players need to step up and really push these owners, because these owners are probably the most ruthless when it comes to in sports in general, to say, hey, we want this in our clause. We want more guarantee money. I know this is more of a deeper issue, Rudy, but the players got to fight for the players. And I suggest them in the next agreement, whenever it is, hey, we need our rookie contracts. Just the wording, not necessarily the money itself. The wording needs to be unified with everyone coming into the league. And you can stop all this real quick.
Yeah, totally get that. JD, you got something there?
Yeah, so I said it was a player from last year. I corrected you earlier, so I'm going to correct me. It just happened last week. Never before has a second round pick received guaranteed money for the first few years of their rookie deals. Yeah. But a 100% guaranteed contract has never been offered to a player outside of the 32 picks. Never until earlier this week. Houston Texans wide receiver Jaden Higgins.
Yeah.
34th pick. 4 years, $11.7 million. All guaranteed entirely.
And that's, here's the thing too, is like, well, because one player, and I think it was actually two, one of the Cleveland Brown players, I think, got guaranteed money in the second round. It's weird how they set the precedence now. Now second rounders are going to want guaranteed money, and you're going to start seeing holdouts for second rounders. And that's the part where I'm like, man, Gio, you brought it up, when it comes to the NFLPA, the Players Association, you talked about wording. It's going to have to get to that point now where are you going to have to start doing the rookie scale beyond the first round? So the first round's guaranteed money, but you only get up to this amount of money. It's this salary period. That's it. Because the NFL has so many rounds when it comes to the draft, where the NBA doesn't have to guarantee second rounders, only 2 rounds. But the NFL with multiple rounds, are they going to have to start putting a rookie scale pay for round 2, possibly into round 3? I'm not saying, the first pick in the second round deserves $18 million guaranteed because of the rookie contract or the rookie scale. But I think they need to start looking at the second round now, possibly the third, and make that rookie scale pay, all the way down. That way you don't have this, because now you've got second round with 32nd round players that are unsigned and who don't want to sign because they're not getting guaranteed money.
Well, Rudy, who's the team? Listen, the Browns. Who else did they give fully guaranteed at the quarterback position?
Well, they're not the brightest organization.
Leave it to the Browns to start this trend. Right?
And the owners were up. They're furious. They're saying, what are you doing? Now, I'm not on the owner's side. I can care less, but I'm just saying in general, if you think about it, the Browns started this with Deshaun, and that's why Lamar Jackson was holding out, because he thought, well, hey, I could probably get a deal like that. Yeah. So the Browns are not giving a second round pick. I think the linebacker from UCLA, I forgot his last name. I think it was Carson something. But fully guaranteed. Now the Browns are the one doing this, which is kind of ironic. You're right, Rudy. There needs to be a scale, because when you open up Pandora's box, this is what you're going to get. And now second round is like, well, wait, I'm a second round pick. I should be getting this.
Yeah.
And if I was a second round pick, I would probably say the same thing. And I think y'all would probably say the same thing too.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I'm saying. There's got to be a rookie scale probably across the first few rounds when it comes to the NFL. if you're going to do it for the first round, knowing there's X number of rounds, 7 rounds in the NFL draft, you've got to at least expand
11 mil,
that
by the way, Rudy. 11 million, fully guaranteed for 4 years.
That's
actually
not a lot.
It's not. But Rudy, how many second round players flame out and they never see the light of a next contract?
That's true. So where's the median? That's the problem. And I think that has to be with the CBA, like Joel was saying. They wanted the Zaza, they got it, but at what cost? They're just because you're going to get something doesn't mean it's not going to cost you in the back end somewhere. And that's the thing with the CBA. It's got to be spelled out. Coach, you got Mark in here says your Bulldogs don't have anything to worry about because his Eagles will just snatch them up anyway. Yeah. It's usually the Philadelphia Bulldogs when it's always said and done when it comes to the NFL, man.
They draft all the dogs and they did win a Super Bowl. Georgia, it's almost that time, Rudy. You know how I feel about this. It's almost college football time. I start to smell it in the air. I start seeing those videos of the Georgia Bulldogs on social media, and it's almost that time of year. I can feel the fall coming soon.
Well, you and JD can do y'all's SEC thing because y'all are SEC country.
Who's JD a fan of?
He's a fan of the Fighting Spencer Rattlers. So
yeah.
The Gamecocks.
Fighting Chickens.
Fighting Chickens. There you go.
Which I do not endorse or promote in any way.
I think they're going to have another good year. I mean, they played well last year, and they got athletes, and they got I think a pretty good defensive line coming back. So
I haven't put out I'm ready for college football. I haven't put out a full prediction yet. However, I will say I've got us at like a 10-2 ceiling.
Yeah.
And possibly a 6-6 floor. If you look up and down our schedule, I mean, until I like to see play on the field. We don't get preseason in college, man. We're lacking a running back still. Like you mentioned, defense lost a lot. I'm comfortable with defensive back. Linebackers got me worried. Wide receivers have to step up. But if we go 10-2, I can promise you this one thing. Lenore Sellers will have played himself into being a Heisman contender because there's no way they win 10 games if he just has like an above average season. Lenore Sellers has to do what Cam Newton did for Auburn back in the day, plus some, I think, for the Gamecocks to win 10 games this year. I'm not saying it's not possible, but that's the way I feel about it. And that's a lot to put on a quarterback.
Yeah, it is. What do you got, Gio?
You guys also have, is it Aaron Nolan, the transfer from Ohio State? It's going to be a running back probably.
No, Aaron Nolan, quarterback. He's a quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Dude, hey, the Gamecocks have probably one of the best quarterback rooms in the SEC. Lenore Sellers, Aaron Nolan, Cutter Woods, and there's one more. We did lose a couple of transfers, but I mean, Aaron Nolan. It's too bad we're an Under Armour school because Nike and Air Jordan, Air Nolan would just work. How about that economics lesson? We talked about economics on a sports show twice now.
Yeah, we did. We are doing economics, a class that I failed because I didn't pay attention in very, very much. But while you guys are talking SEC football, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to collab at some point on SEC football, Gio guarantees the national championship every single year. JD's trying to get to 10 wins on the ceiling. I'm over here worrying if Bill Belichick is even going to make it to game 1 of the NCAA football season. I'm telling you, Gio, it's July. Nah, I don't. He doesn't finish the season. I'm saying he doesn't finish the season.
I think he does.
Come on, dude. I don't think he finishes that season.
Well, here, I'll say that he's locked in for game 1 because did you see the whole thing about his buyout?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like $1 million up until July the 1st. And yeah, we're past. So it went up to like 10 million. So yeah, he would have to quit though. But I bet he'd owe them a lot of money if he quit.
Well, I think what happens is I'm known as the fortune teller. So I'm reading the fortune right now. I think old girl cheats on him and he gets mad and he leaves Chapel Hill, leaves her behind, leaves the Tar Heels behind. They go and hire Mac Brown again and we suck.
Rudy, Mac Brown, didn't he disappear after that game that he had? It was against, was it James Madison? Where you
stop?
Right,
Please
wasn't the
stop.
game, and then he just disappeared. I was like, dude, where's your coach at, Rudy? He's somewhere disappeared. I think Bill will finish the season. I'll say this.
Yeah,
I'm a little worried about Georgia's quarterback because Gunnar Stockton or whoever is going to be there. I don't know.
Realize we're going to have a college football preview show. I mean, we always
don't know about him yet.
He was committed to be a Gamecock under Mike Bobo when he was the offense coordinator.
And Mike Bobo is another one. Why is he still there?
I heard Muschamp's not listed as a coach anymore. Do you know anything about that?
I don't.
Former Gamecock coach.
Yeah, I know. I heard something about that. I didn't really pay much any mind, but Mike Bobo is to me, Georgia fans I've talked to over the years. I went to the game read at Kentucky where we almost lost.
Should have lost.
And people are screaming, fire Mike. I mean, literally screaming, fire Mike Bobo from the crowd. And Kirby gave him a stamp of approval in the offseason. Okay, Kirby. There's something about Mike Bobo I just don't like. I think he's a nice guy and everything, but it just.
Well, I'll tell you why I don't like the guy. He agreed to stay on for Shane Beamer when Muschamp got fired.
Yeah.
And Shane Beamer came on and Bobo took over as the interim. Beamer and him agreed that he was going to stay on. And then literally a couple months down the road, bam, gone to Georgia. Guess what I'm taking with me? 5-star quarterback Gunnar Stockton. So that's why I don't like Mike Bobo. I do like his offenses, but I think he needs to expand more. Like, I love the base of his offense, but he needs to grow from it for sure. So maybe Kirby giving him that stamp, maybe it'll work. Who knows?
Rudy, it's just something off. Yeah. When we had Todd Monken, it just flowed. And he's at the Ravens now. And we had Stetson Bennett, who, he transferred, came back, was like 4th on the depth chart, and he kind of worked his way up. But I thought Todd Monken really carried it. There's something about Bobo, and he was here with Mark Rick, and it just didn't work out at the end either. So I don't know. It's just, I'm just tired of him. It's Mike Bobo fatigue. Just get him out, bring someone else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just venting.
I think you're just venting, but it just sounds like both of you guys are ready for some college football. So I'm going to assume that we're going to get a crew ready for college football preview show.
We are. And Rudy, this will be the last thing I'll say about it. To tie it in a nice little bow real quick. Coach Gio, you want me to tell you what your biggest concern is for this year?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Besides players getting arrested during the year. Yeah.
That's all.
Georgia's biggest rival this year is the Clark County Police Department. Yes, indeed. You are correct, sir.
I have a friend of mine named Greg that's he's like, bro, what's up with you guys? What's in the water in Athens? People speeding. It's just, every time I just
that it just keeps happening. Here, let me tell you guys this real quick while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I have a list of dirty C words on Southern Fried Sports.
All
right. Dirty C words. And no, it's a family show. Eyes up here, chat. Not those dirty C words. These dirty C words. Competition, culture, commitment, camaraderie, coaching, complacency. We talked about NIL, cash. I'm sure there's more. Culture, chemistry. I got them all, I think. But it's ever growing.
Yeah.
And so that is what a lot of these college teams need. And Shane Beamer, also former Georgia coach, he's doing it the right way.
There you go. I'm excited for college football preview show on Sweep the League that we do every single year, as well as our NFL preview show. That's going to be coming here very, very soon. If not at the end of the month, at the beginning of August, we'll start doing our preview shows for you all out there. The SEC is always the biggest conversation. You know how much in love Coach Gio goes when it comes to talking college football. Before you say it, I want to reiterate something, because JD's on here too, is that nobody in America on podcasts, on network shows, whatever, one person was out there screaming about Indiana football last year. And it was that guy right there. Me and Derek Irvin smiled like, I don't know about that. I remember we're like, I don't know about that, Gio. And he said, no, watch. And you called it. So I've always said, when it comes to football, Coach Gio is that guy, especially on college football. He don't know shit when it comes to Daniel Jones, but he knows college football. And that's why I have to always give him a round of applause, man, because he's a great guy when it comes to college football.
The Hoosiers, I mean, Brady, what a ride. I mean, what a ride last season. I said, watch out, the Hoosiers are coming. Coach Cignetti, who, by the way, had a very good offseason. They get the kid from California. They got the starting center from Notre Dame. Really, Indiana, it's still early, obviously, in the Big Ten, but I like what I'm seeing right now from Indiana. Yeah. I think they're going to tail off, but their schedule will be favorable again, and I think they have another opportunity to continue to get money, to get better, and the money is starting to flow in. I told you, Rudy, that NIL is just ridiculous. You can turn your team over in literally one off season. And that's what Indiana do. They got a lot of guys to replace, but watch out for a receiver. I forgot his. I think Elijah Surratt. Love that he is a baller, and I think he'll be playing on Sundays one day.
There you go, JD. You've survived a show at Sweep the League. I'm probably guaranteeing that it won't be the last time people are going to see you on Sweep the League. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. Like I said, it's not going to be the last time you're on here. We got more conversations to have with you. Let everybody know out there where they can find you, where they can watch Southern Fried Sports. Just give them all the 411, as the kids say.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, man. Well, first of all, again, thank you so much for having me on. I've had a blast. Like I said, I love feeding off of other people's thoughts and, chopping it up with the chat, and there were great comments. So, yeah, y'all make sure to hit subscribe, firstly, on Sweep the League, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. And I wouldn't be on the show if it weren't for them. So, first of all, mostly, thank you, and it's been my pleasure. Secondly, at Southern Fried Sports JD on YouTube, I want to be at 250 subscribers after this show. I was at 244. So y'all help me out. Hit subscribe. Listen, I stay busy. I also do work for Sideline Sports Network. So you can find that Twitter handle at at SSN_ETSU. And then Greenville Sports Media. Just shout out all my normal people. Hit like, subscribe. Thanks again for having me.
Appreciate JD being with us here tonight on Sweep the League. Be sure to follow him on all social media platforms that he has. Great show. you can catch. I know Thursday nights you've got a really big show on the YouTube channel as well. I check it out whenever I'm free on Thursdays as well. So again, appreciate JD for joining us here on Sweep the League. Again, won't be the last time he'll be on with us. We are expanding. Maybe on the rebrand, we can convince JD to bring a little bit of Southern Fried Sports to the Sweep the League network. We'll talk to him about that. We'll see if we can get something worked out. But I'm totally glad that Coach Gio is back, because Gio, last night I went on a massive generational rant. I almost had Sweep the League network shut down. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about Wemby again?
Yes.
Can you leave him alone, Rudy? He's enjoying his off season. He's relaxing. He's traveling. I don't know if he was in Thailand or wherever he was at. Just let him relax, Rudy. You can talk about him during the season.
I'm going to wait till the season starts. Well, we've got our preview shows. We've got our college football preview show. We've got our NFL preview show coming up. You got all these great shows coming to you. You've also got Plead the Sith that's going to be on with Mike Mayer this Tuesday live. It's wrestling. And then the week after, it's Rudy Campos Jr. back on Plead the Sith. More F-bombs, more four-letter words. It's just going to get crazy and crazy. Grady the Market should be back within a couple of weeks. Sweep Unplugged's coming back in August as well. So for JD, the great guest that we had tonight, for Coach Gio, for the entire Sweep the League family, until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.